Hi guys, in this class let's learn reorder paragraph. It is all about arranging 4 to 5 jumbled sentences in the perfect order, in the perfect sequence. Therefore, they become a paragraph. When you are writing a paragraph, what do? You write more than one sentence. That's when you call it paragraph. And when you write sentences, you make sure that there is a connection between first and second sentence, and second and third sentence, and third and fourth sentence. A similar thing you have to do here. When you are writing, you are taking care. If you are a good writer, you will be able to do the reorder paragraph better. What is the weightage of this task? Task's weightage as per official data is what? 8 marks, 8.1, 8.2, but let's call it 8. So if there are 2 questions, generally in the examination, 2 questions come. Sometimes there can be 3 questions also, but let's go with the frequent one. There are frequently 2 questions. So each question's weightage is approximately 4 marks, right? That much you get. Now let's look at one sample question. So when you are in the test, you have this instruction. So what is this instruction? How to answer this question? It says, since you already know it now, you don't have to read this instruction. Not only for this task, no task, you need to read the instruction. Not necessary. It's a waste of time. So source you can see here on the left, and on the right you can see target. Source contains the jumbled sentences. What are jumbled sentences? There is something called coherence. The logical connection between the sentences is called coherence. So simple, in technical manner rather, these sentences are not coherent sentences. That means what? They are not in the logically connected order. Imagine you have ordered these sentences in the perfect sequence. You ordered every 2. You can see a tick mark there. Tick, tick. On the right, I want you to see tick, tick, tick. 3 ticks are there. So, I could make 3 pairs with 4 sentences. If you get a 4-sentence question, maximum pairs you can create is 3. So that many you can create. Yeah, but if you get a 5-sentence question, you can create 4 pairs. So if 3 pairs are there, you're getting full marks. Let's imagine in the exam we got only 2 questions. So that means what? These 3 pairs will give you 4 marks. All right. So in other example, let's say your first 2 are matching, remaining all are not matching. You will get partial credit. If 3 pairs are giving you 4, if you could create only 1 pair, how much it should give you? So somewhere in the range of what? 1.2, 1.3 it should give you. That much you will get. That's how it works. So if anywhere if the pair is made, you get the marks. It's not like your multiple choice single answer or your some other tasks. Here there is a partial credit. So what is step number 1? In this task, step number 1 is going through or quickly reading the sentences that are on the left side. Okay, activity is clear. How much time should we ideally invest in reading or going through these sentences? You should ideally invest about 30 seconds to 35 seconds time to go through these sentences. See, though going through these sentences can help you fundamentally with what? Topic point. What is topic point? The starting point you will be able to get, number 1. As you go through the sentences, the subsequent logically connected sentences also you can identify. Some hints also you get in a nutshell. So one is you get the topic sentence. The other is you get hints to order the sentences perfectly also. There are 2 benefits with this 35-second activity on the test. When you just started learning reorder paragraph, please do not try to carry out the step 1 in just 30-35 seconds. You can give it 1 minute, because once the basics are perfect, then you can increase the speed. So I told 30 seconds, right? That's ideal thing, not necessarily from the first question you have to do. Maybe after 1 week, you will only increase the speed. In the beginning, it may take 1 minute. It's okay. But now, are you able to identify the topic point? Are you able to identify the hints that will help you in organizing the other sentences? This is the key in the first 1 week or 10 days. Now it is time to implement on one of the questions. Okay, let's answer one question. We have source, we have target. From the source, whatever sentences are there, you read them in 30-40 seconds. When you go to the test, in the initial stages, you can take more time, no problem. So when you are reading, again, a second suggestion I have, that is, please use the mouse cursor to follow what you're reading. Therefore, you can stay focused on what you're reading. However, many people are still confused about which items can be recycled and which cannot. So it's about recycling. I know I understood the topic. However, is starting it cannot be the topic sentence. Second one, as a result cannot generally start the communication, right? The sentence, first sentence cannot have as a result. Local government now provides separate bins for plastic. Okay, all right. Recycling is one of the easiest ways for individuals to help reduce waste. Here I understood it is about recycling, and this looks like a proper, perfect, excellent topic sentence. I'm not ruling out the chance of the other two getting correct. Clear labeling on packaging can help solve this problem. Which problem? Encourage households to recycle. Okay, when people sort their rubbish, last sentence correctly, less waste ends up in landfills. Okay, sorting is important. So I'm going with the number 3 sentence, which is my topic sentence. Now, what is it? Individuals have to reduce waste. However, many people are still confused which items can be recycled, which items cannot be. Okay, which as a result, local governments, it's not going well. A clear labeling on packaging can help. Okay, when people sort their rubbish, less. Okay, this is very close to the first one. The tail of this is matching with the head of this. Okay, easiest way to help reduce waste. It is about reduce waste. If you see, the last piece is what reduced waste. When people sort their rubbish correctly, less waste ends up in landfill sites. Both are close because it's about recycling. This is the immediate one which can be used. Going on the context, going with the context. Then what is it? However, many people are still confused about which items can be recycled and which cannot. Okay, contradiction, no. As a result, many separate bins for paper, plastic, and glass. Okay, so for segregation is the context here. So local governments are providing segregation, paper, plastic, and glass bins. They are providing, their job is done. Any problem here? Okay. However, many people are still confused about which items can be recycled, which cannot be. So they're still confused, it seems. Although the government is providing them with the paper, plastic, glass bins, they are still confused, it seems. This is going in the way. Clear labeling on packaging can help solve this problem, encourage more households to recycle. I think the confusion can be gotten rid of if there is a labeling on the packaging. Let's see if it's correct. That's correct. So every pair will give you 1 mark. So this is one pair. One pair is nothing but 2 sentences together is one pair. Pair 1, pair 2, pair 3, pair 4. So for this, somebody, everyone who answers like this, the 4 pairs you create, you get what? 4 marks. One pair is 1 mark. Imagine you only created 2 pairs in the beginning, but no pairs are created later on. You will get what? 2 marks, no problem. Imagine the last 2 are created or the middle 2 are created. So the more pairs you create, the more marks you get. That's nothing much. Nothing much. There is a partial credit on this. I also talked about it sometime back also. Let's answer one more question. Practicing regularly, even for first sentence, 15 minutes a day can lead to noticeable improvement over time. This is exposure to natural speech. It's about speech, vocabulary, language, all that. This is key because learning process enjoyable, reading as a chore. Right? One effective method is to watch films. Okay, what is it all about? Many people want to learn a foreign language but find it difficult to make progress. Okay, this is fine. They want to learn foreign language, but they find it difficult to make progress. That's what the topic. Now, this topic tail, they want to learn foreign language, but it is difficult to make progress. So, what should be the suitable next one? Practicing regularly, even for just you, can lead to improvement over time. So, it's not about improvement. This is because exposure to not matching this. I'm simply matching the last part of the first one with the first part of everything. The key is to make the learning process enjoyable rather than treating as a chore. Okay, this is like a summary statement. Not summary, the conclusion piece kind of thing it is. So one effective way is to watch films or listen to music in the target language. Okay, fine, can use it. They find it difficult to make progress. One effective method to solve the problem. Here is the problem. This is the solution. Why? Because why it is an effective thing? This is because exposure to natural language helps learners pick up vocabulary and pronunciation. This is correct. This is correct. And practicing regularly, even for just 15 minutes a day, can lead to improvement. Okay. And this is final last suggestion or conclusion kind of suggestion. It comes here. See, this is correct. Yes, it is correct. So 1, 2, 3, one pair. Every 2 sentences together, one after the other is one pair. 1, 2, 3, 4 pairs are there when there are 5 questions given. In the real exam, generally 4 sentence questions are coming. Now we have practiced 5 sentence questions, which means in the source, we found we had 5 sentences. Generally, today in the examination, many test takers, including me, I took the test. That's when I got 4 sentences only in the source. But the reason for we looking at 5 sentence question is maybe preparing for a little tougher one is better. That's what the thought process, right? There is one secret that I would like to reveal. This is something I discovered over a period of time, over a period of 10 years or so. So the secret is this. What is it? When you are able to answer, fill in the blanks, drag and drop, fill in the blanks, drop down. These two tasks, if you are doing well in these two, reorder paragraph generally does not bother you. Okay, what is the reason? Let's look at. The reason is very simple. Let's look at one fill in the blanks, drag and drop question. So it is generally made up of 3-4 sentences, right? Small 4 sentences, maybe long 3 sentences. Generally, that is the size. So now, to answer one question, right? To fill these blanks, 1, 2, 3, 4 blanks, you have to read a paragraph sentence by sentence, right? So these sentences have some interconnection, yes or no? These sentences, sentence number 1 and sentence number 2, you can see people are walking less and less. Look at this connector. As cities have become more blank. So you are reading 4 sentences, 5 sentences in the sequence, yes or no, in order to answer one fill in the blanks drag and drop question. Now you are thinking that you're only answering the blanks, but subconsciously what is happening? You are registering the flow of the sentences also in your mind. Subconsciously it happens. Okay, especially when you work on good quantities like one question type reading, drag and drop. I gave my students a target of 250 questions before going to the exam. Let's say one question has 4 sentences. To answer one question, you're reading 4 sentences in the sequence and registering subconsciously. You are registering 1,000 sentences, right? 250 questions, each question having 4 sentences. How many sentences are you recording, registering? 1,000. Now, this is one part. Let's go to the drop down also. The drop down will take a medium sized question or something like this. This also has some 5-6 sentences, yes or no. So, in order to answer one question, you got to go through 5 to 6 sentences, which are in the sequence. Again, the sequence is getting registered in your mind subconsciously. Subconsciously, the sequence is getting registered in your mind. It is beneficial for you. So you will practice how many questions from this? You will practice 250 questions minimum from this. So these 250, that 250, there are some 1,000 sentences. Here more than 1,000 actually. 250 multiplied with 5. Okay, maybe 1100 sentences you are reading. So if this much strong referencing registration is happening, then reorder paragraphs will never ever, right? So my honest suggestion to you is very simple. Please do not go after and please do not give excessive time to reorder paragraphs. Before you trying reorder paragraph more aggressively, more intensively, please make sure that you are doing well in fill in the blanks, drag and drop down. First, you prepare for fill in the blanks, drag and drop. That's like a foundation. Then after that, go with what? Fill in the blanks, drop down. That's second level. The third level, at third level, you should spend more time on pre-order paragraph. But today, what is happening? The students are spending more and more and more and more in time on reorder paragraph. They are endlessly searching for excellent method to answer reorder paragraph. Some are saying this technique, that technique, golden technique, silver technique, bronze technique. It's a waste of time, guys. That's my analysis. When you work on fill in the blanks and fill in the blanks task, automatically the order paragraph becomes easy. Okay. So now you know, sure you will take an informed decision while allocating time for your reorder paragraphs. I want my students to practice just 100 questions from reorder paragraph because you're already practicing 250 questions from drag and drop, 250 questions from drop down. Then 100 questions from this is going to be pretty much enough. All right. How to distribute time for reorder paragraph? Stage 1, that is reading the source sentences using the mouse cursor. Using the mouse cursor, I stress. Right. It can take what? 30-35 seconds time. With that, what are you getting? You know the topic. You also get some hints. Done. You have the topic sentence. You have hints. Done. Now, once you select the topic sentence and put it on the top, right? Now, the balance 3 sentences. Generally, you get 4 right in the exam. Balance 3 sentences. Each sentences you can invest maximum 20 to 30 seconds time. So to select sentence number 2, I can invest what? 20-30 seconds. Select sentence number 3, 20-30 seconds. Select sentence number 4, 20-30 seconds. This is the ideal amount of time anyone can invest. I'm again telling you, if you become a pro in fill in the blank, this is not going to take so long. There's no wonder even if you finish it in 1.5 minutes time, 1.5 or less than 1.5 minutes also you can finish. It's going to be so much easy if you are able to work on what? The fill in the blanks. This is time management for reorder paragraphs. What happens when you spend excessive time on reorder paragraphs? So instead of spending 2.5 minutes per question, if you're spending, let's say, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, it will have a very, very severe and unhealthy impact on your fill in the blanks drag and drop. Because this task, reorder paragraphs weightage is 8 marks, whereas the fill in the blanks drag and drops weightage is 18 marks. 8 versus 18. If you spend more time for this 8 marks task, you are probably not going to do justice to the 18 marks task. So my recommendation is pretty simple. You please spend only maybe 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes time on reorder paragraph. Get comfortable with fill in the blanks. Get indirectly comfortable with what? Reorder paragraph. This is my suggestion as far as the time management is concerned. That's it for this reorder paragraph. You have a lot of questions in the practice portal. Keep practicing. See, thousands of PTE practice questions. Like essays, we have 101 essays. We are adding based on our exam experiences. Look at this, it as grammar. For example, you are lacking in subject-verb agreement. You can go and work on 5 levels of subject-verb agreement exercises. Nobody is lecturing you on grammar. You are simply learning based on the activities. Now, for improving vocabulary, we have vocabulary improvement section and listening spelling section. So if you want to improve the exam familiarity, we have 10 mock tests coming here. Each mock test, when you write, gives you score. It gives you insights where you're doing well, where you're not doing well, all that stuff. And you can even access your answers once you finish the exam. So all the materials, like the latest guides, templates, everything is mentioned here. And the entire course recording is available. Latest class recording is available, including my real exam experiences. So, right, all the basics. Now, this is my real exam experience, the exam that I took on January 26th, January 30, 2026 or something. So everything, it's a complete package. Don't hesitate to buy this. The subscription is starting from just, I think, 1,500 rupees in Indian currency for a week's subscription. So every feature is going to come in the 1 week subscription plan. I'll meet you with the new essay sample question and answer. Stay tuned. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't. If you find value in my channel, please do subscribe.